Eshab in Afshin. Eshab cave is in Afshin district of Kahramanmaraş in Turkey. It is located 5 kilometers west of the district of Afshin, 16 kilometers past Elbistan on the district of Göksun Road. It belongs to the first quarter of the 13th century. Also, it is known as Afshin Han. This Han is a part of complex. In addition to the Han, there is a mosque which was once a church and a ribat. All form a building complex called Eshab Külliyesi. It is the magnificent ribat with its finely decorated portal that is the highlight of this complex and is one of the most spectacular examples of Selçuk architecture. Sitting high on the hill, the ribat dominates the entire complex. The Han is located below it and is a more modestly decorated structure. Next to the ribat, there is a mosque built on the site of former pilgrimage church after the Muslims conquered this place. Inside the mosque, there remain the examples of marble stone cutting on the columns from the former church. Above the ribat, on a high hill, is located a large tandoor, an underground baking oven used for bread. This oven is located next to a large flat rock used for rolling the bread dough. Also, the Han faces south. The concentric plan comprises a central courtyard and a stable area that runs along the western long side of the courtyard. The courtyard contains open and closed rooms on three sides. A large covered hall runs the entire length of the western part of the Han. There are no windows on walls. This area was used as a stable area. The plan of Eshab Han differs in certain features from the traditional Selçuk Han plan. It consists of open and closed rooms arranged around the long, narrow courtyard. On the western side, there is an L-shaped stable section directly opposite the entrance with a large island with vaulted rooms. This Han resembles more of a madrasa in plan than a traditional courtyard-style Han plan, and it is quite unusual for this. No wet has been noted. The water source was from the spring located below the ribat. Inside the ribat, there is an underground spring which links to the Eshab underground springs and caves 3 miles to the west. This Han is located in a highly scenic area at the top of a small mountain, offering a perfect view of the countryside below, ringed on 4 sides by mountains. Today, the entire complex is in excellent condition and was completely restored in 2008. The Han may be visited. The site is highly frequented on Fridays for prayer and on the weekends for picnics, and the drinking water of the spring below the ribat is highly prized. The complex with its history, prominence of site, and its spiritual atmosphere attracts people's attention. Today, visitors tie some pieces of cloth to many of the trees and bushes on the hill above the complex by thinking that their wish from God will be real one day. When it comes to the importance of Eshab for people, Eshab is really important for both Muslims and Christians, and it has a special story. It is shown as the symbol of coming back life in Quran and in other religious books. According to this story, it is believed that in ancient times, in a city called Efsus, which is called as Afshin today, there was a cruel king called Dakyanus, asking people to worship him and his idols. However, several young people believed in God and refused to worship him and his idols, and those young people sought refuge in the cave from the existing oppressive system, which didn't allow them to express their views, tell the truth, and call to the God's religion. Thus, they distanced themselves from the society. On their way to a cave, they came across a shepherd who has the same belief with them. The shepherd and his dog Kıtmir went with them. Upon hearing this, the cruel king Dakyanus ordered his men to kill them. The king's soldiers found the cave, but they became afraid of entering it. Thus, they decided to build a wall to the entrance of the cave by thinking that if they were in the cave, they couldn't go out and die there. However, the God made them fall asleep there. They slept for nearly 309 years, and eventually they woke up. When they woke up, they had no idea they slept for centuries and thought they only slept a few hours. They felt hungry and sent one of them to the city to buy some food for them. However, the coins he used to buy food were out of circulation and drew the attention of the townspeople. People thought that he had found treasure and brought him to the king of that time. The young men told all of their story to the king. The king affected deeply and wanted him to bring him to the cave. When they reached the cave, the young man Yemliha told the king that he would enter the cave first to explain everything to his friends. However, when he entered the cave, they started to sleep again and disappeared. There is no clear information about how many people were they and what were their names. However, it is generally believed that they were 7 persons and a dog. Their names are believed to be Yemliha, Mekselina, Mislina, Mernush, Bekarnush, Sajenush, Kafetetayush, and their dog called Kütmir. Today, people in Afshin still give eshab caves names to their children because of their respect to them.